Good morning, traders. So we're going to take a look at our Netflix earnings trade. As you recall, this was a bull call spread. In this particular case, that's a trade that was made, and that means that we bought the 475 and sold the 485. So let's see what Netflix did after their earnings announcement. Well, they popped up hugely. They popped up here from around 490 to right now it's a little over 440. So that's a 50-point move. That's massive. That's a 10% jump overnight. So it's fortunate that in this paper trade, I did not cap my upside. Remember, the concept behind this yesterday was that Netflix, I felt, was likely to jump, and I felt it was likely to jump a moderate amount, but I didn't know how much. And so I did not want to cap the upside on this in any way, shape, or form. So right now, as of last night, this was showing a $47 loss. Obviously, the market has not opened here yet this morning, because when it does, we're going to see this line jump all the way up into here somewhere. We're also going to see our T0 line basically with the risk out of the trade, the implied volatility is going to drop significantly. So this trade's going to be seen somewhere close to max profit on the open. But what I want to do is I'll be back in a couple minutes as we get close to the open, and we can watch that together. So I'll pause this for right now. We'll take a look at the results and then decide the game plan on the trade. But more likely than not, there's going to be one of two thoughts on this trade that I'll have. One might be to add a call spread for the remaining 2 days of the trade, but more often, they're more likely than not, just take the money and run. Time to close it out. But we'll see. Let's see where we open and what this diagram looks like once that happens. Okay, so we are a few seconds here before the open, so I wanted to go ahead, pull this image up, and we'll watch this live when it opens. Now, it does take a little bit of time for the, there's the bell, for the desk to open, the trade desk to open, and for this whole diagram to update. And that's not any delay in the data. There we go. We see it bouncing all over there. So right now, I can see that I am at a $467 profit in this trade. So I've got a couple different possibilities here. That's virtually max profit. So can't really get any better than that to speak of. I mean, our max profit was set at 495, and we're looking at again, let the number settle out here. We were looking at 470 something there. So we could 457. So could go ahead and close out that trade. Perfectly logical thing to do. One other possibility, if we look here at Netflix, might be to add in a call spread at 555, somewhere in that range. The market's really hot this morning, and if we do this early enough, people are going to be buying these calls. So I can sell a short call possibly for more money this morning after that big bump up than I certainly would have gotten the other day. So let's look at selling a call. And if I sold, let's see, we're trading at 540. So let me sell a 550, but I don't want unlimited risk. So I want to come in and buy a long call, and that's going to be somewhere above that. So I could essentially create, and we have to kind of ignore some of this on, particularly on the open, because basically the market is adjusting, the market makers are adjusting to all the absolute craziness that's going on out there right now on Netflix. So I could add this spread in there, and that could potentially add a few $100s to this trade over the next couple days, and it reduces my overall risk here as well. But if the market does continue ripping up, I'm looking at $150 in profit instead of the $450 that I currently have. So this is the type of analysis that I'd like to do. And then take a look here. Netflix is kind of stabilized there right now, but it is popping back up. And in this particular case, with the options expiring 2 days from now, I just don't know that that's something that I want to do. It's not adding a great amount of additional profitability into the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. But again, the key is that I have the ability to look at and explore those types of things. So right now, what I'm going to look to do is just close this trade out. So the easiest way, there's a couple ways I can do that. I can come here under my positions and I can select each one of these and close them out, or the easier way I find is to come into my save trades and I simply hit this button and I can say close trade. Now, it's going to show me the pricing of the different options here, and if I had traded this live, I might want to just match up those numbers that I received and plug in the actual amount here. But for right now, I'm just going to take the numbers that are showing up here. So that's going to be the end of this particular start to finish trade. And of course, if I go to the to the closed out trades, it will now show up there. But that was a nice profit on that particular trade. See? Right there, we're popping to new highs again. So I'm glad I did not put on that call spread on the upper side of this particular trade. Best just to close it, take the money and run. That's it for now. Take care, everyone.